and you're listening to Communities Live on Sheffield Live Radio 93.2 FM with me, Susie Casson, and T-Boy. I'm joined in the studio by Rob Turner and Olympia Shipley from MacMillan Cancer Support. Welcome both.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in to see us. So, Rob, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about MacMillan Cancer Support?
MacMillan, so we provide practical, emotional, medical and financial support for the people affected by cancer. We support patients, families, carers and the communities that we affect. So in Sheffield alone we have around about 50 MacMillan professionals, 33 of which are around our MacMillan nurses as well.
Great, wonderful. And how are things going at the moment in terms of fundraising?
Very well, thank you very much. Obviously it's a challenging climate given the challenge that many people face in the world today, but the thing about MacMillan is that most people listening to this have unfortunately been touched by cancer in one way or another, either personally or through loved ones. And I think MacMillan's really a charity that's really close to people's hearts. So yes, there are lots of good causes out there, but we're very thankful that people do choose MacMillan.
Yeah, wonderful. So, Olympia, how are you involved with MacMillan Cancer Support?
So I'm brand new. I'm the new fundraising manager for the Derbyshire area. So I'm here today, and Rob has very kindly been showing me the ropes around MacMillan. And so in my role, I basically manage the Derbyshire County, and I help all our wonderful supporters make a difference.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And what are you most looking forward to in your new role?
Oh, meeting our volunteers. It's so wonderful to hear how people get involved, what they do, and all the events that they do and why they get involved. It really is inspiring to see the difference that one person can make. So
yeah, and there must be really special people giving up their free time to
absolutely
help.
And it's anyone and everyone. It's really wonderful, and it can take anything from a family getting involved, a community event, through to someone who decides to do a mighty hike.
Yeah, brilliant. So, Rob, in your work as a fundraiser for MacMillan so far, what stands out for you?
What as the most memorable or bizarre? We're in Sheffield, so there's plenty of those. Memorable has to be, probably not for the right reasons. We have an event that we've run in the past called Bath of Maggots, where the former Lord Mayor Peter Price sits in those maggots for about 3.5 hours. I've got to say it's probably not my favourite event because of the smell and stench, but it raises between £1,000 to £2,000 each time when he does it. Absolutely incredible. But also obviously we have in Sheffield we have John the Pram Man, who's an absolute inspiration. So I mean, when I started 6 years ago I'd never even come across him, so he has raised £350,000 for MacMillan and is quite frankly an absolute inspiration to everybody that's probably listening to this show right now and knows who he is.
Yeah, so that's John Burkhill, who wears the famous green wig.
Yes, he's certainly with his own old Silver Cross pram. It's definitely done a few miles, and at times has been held together with some tape. It's that old, and as you can imagine, it's been out in the snow, the wind and the rain and everything. So he's just celebrated his 50th anniversary of starting walks for charity, which was actually yesterday. So to celebrate that, he did the exact same walk that he did for the first time, which was the Sheffield Star Walk. So walking around the streets of Sheffield again, supporting MacMillan.
Wow, that's amazing. It should be in the Guinness Book of Records or something, shouldn't it?
It should be, but we'd need somebody there to keep up with him, to keep track of the records, to be honest. So that's it.
Incredible. And his book's doing quite well.
It is, yeah. So obviously last year we came in and spoke to yourself about when we launched that. So the book's called Distance No Object, Sheffield's Man with the Pram. And it's so far raised about £13,500. So all of that's direct profit because the book was funded by the people of Sheffield, and the writing and production of it was completely free as well. So just as a cheeky plug, really, it's still on sale online on Amazon if you just search John Burkhill, or also it's in the Moor Market and at Waterstones.
Yeah, wonderful. Nothing to be really proud of in Sheffield, isn't it?
Absolutely, and there's things in that book that you just don't realise. I mean, obviously it talks about him when he was growing up, but also some of the people that he meets during his challenges, like New York Marathon when he was doing that, and met a couple of coppers, and there were people jaywalking, and he obviously took that in and said, you should come to Sheffield, you'd make a fortune basically with the people crossing the road like that. But all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, fantastic. So you're both involved with fundraising for MacMillan. Can you tell us a bit about the events that are coming up?
So the events that are coming up, we've got the Mighty Hike series. So there are a series of hikes across the UK. There's one in the Peak District in September. There's also one down south in the south coast, and also some other ones. But the ones that we've got in Hadrian's Wall, that is full up. There's also the Asda 10K, which is in Sheffield in October. So if people are interested in taking part in that, there are actually free places for MacMillan if you go to our website as well. Locally, we also do an event called Rounders in the Park in Sheffield, which is in Millhouses Park. So if you fancy a little bit of a game of rounders, rolling back the years, it's for all the family basically. And obviously includes things like tea, cakes and stuff like that as well. So very civilised. Not everything involves getting damp and wet, of course, unless it rains in Millhouses. That would be a slightly different game then, unfortunately. So yeah.
So you're very new to the job, Olympia. Have you got any ideas yet for events that are going to be coming up?
Well, yes, I'm very new. My kind of next few months are in helping our volunteers, particularly in the Peak District, and supporting Rob in Sheffield and the surrounding area. So in terms of events coming up, we've got some community fundraising going on in Bakewell. The Mighty Hike is my next big event, and I'm also going to be helping out this weekend at Ramathon, which is in Derby, and that's a big half marathon with the Rams from Derby.
Good team, sorry.
Yeah, fantastic. So we mentioned volunteers quite a bit. If someone's thinking of volunteering for MacMillan Cancer Support, what kind of skills are you looking for?
I think there's a varied skill set really with volunteers really. Yes, we are always looking for people who can give a couple of hours to collect at a local supermarket or pack bags, but we also look for people who can help join existing committees that we have in the area. So and a committee can be anything from a group of people who get together and organise afternoon teas, and in Sheffield there's an annual lecture in October with Lord Blunkett, or it could be a committee that organise an event, which for instance in my area there's an event called the World Water Bombing Championship, so I'm looking desperately to find new blood, shall we say, to take on that mantle and organise that event. Olympia, any events or anything, volunteers you're looking for?
I think enthusiasm. It's one of the things I love hearing about my current volunteers. If you come with enthusiasm and willingness to get involved, it may be from finding a venue through to helping us create programs, which is a huge help while we're there. If there's an area in which you're particularly skilled, do let us know, and we'll see how we can help you out and get you involved.
The web link is basically macmillan.org.uk/get involved.
Fantastic. And besides raising funds, which is obviously vital for the work of MacMillan, what other benefits do you think these events have?
So in the example of the water bombing one, which yes, it's a bit bizarre in terms of that, but the awareness that's raised, so it gets the MacMillan name out there, so it helps us to promote the helpline, it helps us to promote local services, and obviously helps people realise what we're investing money in locally as well, really, because yes, we're a national charity, but we're a national charity with a local heart. So the fact that these events are local, it does give us the opportunity through promotional literature, or it could be a talk on the night, to just explain what support is out there as well. So yes, it's raising money, but it's also raising awareness should someone sadly or hopefully not ever need our help.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Oh, thank you very much both for coming in. That's brilliant. Can you remind us how to get in touch with MacMillan?
Yeah, so if you're interested in volunteering for MacMillan, if you go onto our website macmillan.org.uk/get involved, or you can simply call our fundraising support team 0300 1200 and talk to them about how you're interested.